We at the University of the Arts London, and in particular Drama Centre in Central St Martin's, are delighted to have you here to formally accept this award. Before I formally give you your certificate, I'd like to ask you a few questions that I think our students might be interested in. Neither of your parents had a connection with acting, so what made you decide to go to drama school?
I mean, I loved acting as a kid, and you know, the pickings are pretty thin when you're a kid. It's the nativity play and, you know, the musical written by the music teacher or something. But loved it, loved the attention, loved the escape into the world of alternative realities and stories and all that sort of thing. It was pretty well what drove my childhood. The Drama Centre was very rigorous about discipline. There was a rule that if you were late, I think it gave you about 3 minutes grace, but if you were more than that, you weren't allowed in that day. If that happened 3 times, you were out. And instead of finding that oppressive, I actually found it exhilarating, and for the first time in my life really rose to the occasion and embraced it. The staff were all very, very charismatic. And it was full of mystery, a sense of adventure, the unexpected, and I think a little bit of fear was exactly what I needed as well. I also remember on the very first day, Christopher Fettis, the principal of the school, giving us a lecture about the diversity, the importance of diversity, the inclusiveness of the theatre profession. He very quickly announced himself as a gay man. He said, if anyone has any problems with that sort of thing, you're in the wrong place. If you have any prejudices whatsoever against anybody on the grounds of their religion, their ethnicity, their sexual preference, or anything of that sort, you're in the wrong profession. It was rigorous. There were moments, I think, where we all felt a personal triumph at some point, and moments of fairly, you know, sound humiliation as well. But nothing we didn't need. Within a few months of leaving drama school, I was in front of a camera, and again, that was another shock. Nothing had prepared me for it. My kids were doing a school play the other day, and the parents actually, some of them asked me, I think on the day of the dress rehearsal, they're so buzzed, is this normal? Is it normal for them to be on this kind of high? I mean, they're, you know, we can't control them at the moment. And they didn't want to know about anything except each other and what, you know, this thing they were doing together and the excitement and the nerves and the exhilaration of it all. And I thought, well, yeah, that's probably where it starts. That's where you get the bite, you know. It can be like a narcotic. Every new generation is actually bringing something, not just because of their youth, but because sensibilities have changed, are actually bringing something to your generation that your generation doesn't know about, didn't have, hasn't tuned into, hasn't found out about. And if you're going to stay alive and buoyant and active and engaged, I think you've got to stay open to and alert to what is new. And I've actually found it to be very chastening and very sobering to work with actors who are half my age. In fact, I found myself in a very uncomfortable position of realizing I have to really raise my game here. I'm not the one, you know, with the authority here. This is something really quite startlingly challenging going on.
It now gives me great pleasure to present you with the certificate of the Honorary Fellowship at the University of the Arts London.
Thank you very, very much. And as I've made quite clear earlier, I never quite made it across the finishing line to get any sort of certificate, really. I think my cycling proficiency certificate is the last one that I have. And my experience of Drama Centre was the first time I ever just loved being on a course, getting, you know, involved in an institution and where they ever approved of me, and yet I still didn't manage to get my degree, so or my diploma, and have spent the last 30 years feeling terribly uncertified. So this is immensely important to me, and it really is a very, very great honour, and it sort of completes a circle for me. So I'm immensely privileged and very, very grateful to everybody at the University of Arts London. Thank you very much.